Greetings, I am Herbert Erpaderp, and today, on this very windy day, I am at Toowong Memorial Park. It probably won't surprise you to learn that this is in the Brisbane suburb of Toowong, located on Sylvan Road, and if you are driving, there's parking along that road. Or if you like to ride the train, it's within walking distance of both Toowong and Auchenflower stations. First, we'll have a look at something that wasn't shown on the site where I find my information. The Toowong RSL Anzac Discovery Trail, as indicated by this plaque. This was unveiled on the centenary of Armistice on the 11th of November 2018, so it's still pretty new. I do believe this is not yet complete, but as we walk along here there are commemorative plaques relating to conflicts Australia has been involved in. The first three being Gallipoli, the Western Front, and Beersheba, which I'm probably saying incorrectly. As you can see, there is a QR code in the bottom right corner of these plaques, which lead to web pages with relevant information. I've included the links in the description below if you're curious. There's some interesting information there, but in my opinion they could do with some historical photographs, and maybe some maps. Anyway, this is a work in progress that I might have to revisit later. There is plenty of space left along this walkway, and the RSL site does mention a few more conflicts that they plan to have plaques for. Obviously I've sped this up a little bit. I mean, I am super fast, I just didn't feel like showing off. Yeah, that's it. The path leads up the hill to the main reason I came here, the Toowong War Memorial. The sign here gives us a little bit of information. To condense it a bit, the memorial was dedicated on the 2nd of July 1922. It's 12 metres tall and made from Helidon freestone. Also, it's encircled by a ring of Cocos palms. As we approach, you can see that 12 metres is quite tall, even if you only understand freedom units. I believe it's about 40 feet. The plaque on this small bollard shows, I believe, people responsible for this memorial. I think it's an interesting column, I guess you would call it, and it looks like it's been kept relatively clean. Here it's cleaner than in the pictures on the Queensland War Memorials Register, so it seems like it's being maintained, which is obviously a good thing. Something else that would have been a good thing would have been some drone shots. If you look at the trees, you can tell that it was quite a windy day. Definitely way too windy for a drone that weighs less than 250 grams, so I guess you'll just have to deal with me circling the memorial on foot. I think the circle of palm trees looks pretty interesting here. I'm not entirely sure of the meaning of the palm trees in this context, but I think it has something to do with victory. This memorial is dedicated to those who served in World War I from the Toowong area. There are 101 names on the plaques here, but it doesn't mention how many were lost. I would like to imagine that's because there were none, but that does seem a bit unlikely. Let's now observe a minute of silence in remembrance of the people who, even if they all survived, made a brave sacrifice. As we come back around to the front of the memorial, we see this sink. You might have been wondering what this is, and probably even thought old Herbert won't know what that is. Turns out that it's a symbolic drinking trough for horses. It is symbolic though, so you probably shouldn't actually bring a horse here. There's no water in it anyway. I have to admit, I do wonder if, when this area was a bit less built up, if people did actually bring their horses here and let them drink. Even though it doesn't really look like it, this area is quite built up. The trees do help to hide that quite a bit, and it makes this seem like it would be a nice place to spend some time, maybe having a picnic or just reading under a tree. And I guess if you're into the sports ball, there's a couple of fields here. It is nice to have this kind of thing in a city area. Not that Brisbane is a big city by any means. Anyway, I guess I'm getting a bit off track, and we do still have more to see. This video features 2 memorials, or 3 if you count the Discovery Trail. You can't see the other one because of the trees, but it's over there. Over here, right on Sylvan Road, behind this gate. The placard here tells us this park was officially opened on the 7th of September 1918, in honour of those who enlisted from the town of Toowong during the Great War 1914 to 1919. The other pillar has a placard that tells us who the aldermen of Toowong were in 1918. There's not really a whole lot to this memorial, not that that's a bad thing of course. It is a place of remembrance, not some fancy thing. You know what I mean. It's interesting to note that it seems to be in exactly the same place as the pictures on the memorial's website show, but the base is different. It seems it used to have tiles, and if you'd like to look, you can find said page in the description below. According to said website, this memorial commemorates conflicts ranging from Sudan in 1885, the South African War, the Boxer Rebellion, the First and Second World Wars, the Malayan Emergency, the Korean War, Indonesian Confrontation, Vietnam War, Gulf War, Somalia, and peacekeeping from 1947 to present. It doesn't actually say anything like that on the memorial, rather there's a simple plaque that says, "In memory of those who lost their lives in the service of our country, lest we forget." Simple but effective. And that's all there is to this one. I hope you found this interesting. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put them in the comment section below. If you've not done so already, why not consider subscribing, following, ringing the bell, becoming a patron or YouTube member, or maybe just coming and saying hi on Discord or Twitch. Links to all of my things are in the description below. And as always, I shall return soon. So until then, be excellent to each other, and thank you for watching. Farewell.